Hey guys, so I am going to do the TMI tag today. And I actually have the questions written on paper since I'm recording on my phone. So if I look down, it's most likely I'm just looking at the questions. Okay, so first question is, what are you wearing? I'm in my pajamas because it's pretty late. I'm basically just wearing a black tank top and black pajama pants with white polka dots on them. That's basically it. Have you ever been in love? Not really, no. Ever had a terrible breakup? Maybe once or twice. How tall are you? Okay. A lot of you are gonna say I'm short when I say this, but I am about 5'2". Not near 5'3", I am 5'2". How much do you weigh? More than 100, less than 200. Never ask a woman how much she weighs. Do you have any tattoos? Not right now, but in July, which is next month, I should be, I'm supposed to be getting my first tattoo, and a lot of you are going, oh, Sierra, you're like 16, why are you getting a tattoo? Well, if you have followed me from the beginning, or you've gone back and watched all my videos, basically, you would have found out that in December of 2013, I found out I'm diabetic, and basically, on my left hand wrist, I want to get a tattoo that will say I'm diabetic, just so that if anything happens, like the first thing a paramedic looks at is he looks at wrist to check your pulse, and so he or she will be able to see that I'm diabetic by my tattoo. And my mom also has one, because she's a type 1. They call me a 1.5, which means I have symptoms of both, but it's not like, I'm not definitely 1 because I still produce sugar on my own, so I'm, once I get all my sugars and stuff under control, I'm supposed to be, they say I'm supposed to be a 2, but for right now I'm a 1.5. Do you have any piercings? The only piercings I have right now are just like my simple, like one on each ear. I want to get a cartilage piercing. Who's your OTP? Okay, so my OTP out of everybody has to be Matthew Lush and Nick Laws, which they're pretty awesome. They're so cute. What is your favorite show? Okay, this one's a hard one because I don't have the attention span to sit and just watch TV all day. I get so bored and I end up falling asleep through everything. But like, if I had to pick a favorite show, it's either got to be Law and Order SVU, which is an older, like I think it was 90s, early 2000s, like law show, but it was crime show kind of thing, or I want to say Friends, just because I used to sit and watch that all the time with my mom. What are your favorite bands? Okay, I have 3 of my top favorite bands, and none of them are American. My first number 1 band is One Direction. Yeah, I know. My second is 5 Seconds of Summer, which they are an Australian band. And my third one is the Vamps. So, which I just got into the Vamps about a month or two ago. Because I was watching a McFly, which they're another band, and I was watching one of their videos, and under it was one of the Vamps videos, and I was like, well, I don't know who they are, so I just I kind of clicked on it, and I was like, oh, well, they're pretty good, and now I'm a little obsessed after I found them. And then I learned they were working with Disney Channel, which I wouldn't have known, because I don't sit and watch TV, and I don't watch Disney Channel. Something you miss. Overall in life, something I miss is basically before I found out I was diabetic, I was basically I could eat whatever I wanted and not have to give a care what I ate. And now that I'm diabetic, it's kind of well, I can't eat this because it's got sugars in it, and I can't, or it's got too much sugar in it. I can't, I have to have a carb count or a calorie count, because when you're diabetic, you have to be able to count up your carbs or calories to take the amount of insulin if you're type 1, or you basically, even if you're type 2, you have a certain amount of carbs you're supposed to eat per day, and 1,500 is the minimum that you're supposed to eat a day, and you're not supposed to eat below that, but you're also not supposed to eat over 1,800 calories a day. So, which if you, I got to a skill where I can I can break it down pretty easy so that I can get enough food to, eat what I want, and still be full. What's your favorite song? My favorite song, which this is an oldie song, it's from the 50s, and when I tell people this, they always look at me funny when I say that Lean On Me by Bill Withers is my favorite song. And I think something that helped it become my favorite song was when I was younger, my grandma, who passed away from a tumor in her brain when I was younger, she used to always play this song because it was her favorite, and so I just kind of grew up with it. And it's a song that I always like to turn on, if I'm doing art or something. Or if I'm in a bad mood, I just play that song, and it usually makes me feel better. How old are you? I'm 16. I'll be 17 in around 4 months. I'll be 17. What's your zodiac sign? I'm a Scorpio, because I was born in October. Quality you look for in a partner. I like it if somebody can kind of joke around, and if you're trying to joke with them, they don't go out and take it seriously when you're just joking. It kind of ticks me off. If you're trying to if you're just having a good time and you're joking with somebody, and they take it so literally because they can't, those people that can't take a joke. Those people just, I don't understand. That just makes me want to joke with them more when they can't take a joke. Because I'm dude, you're being ridiculous. It's a joke. Your favorite quote? If you are a Directioner, then you probably know who Eleanor Calder is. Basically, if you don't know who she is Louis Tomlinson from One Direction's current girlfriend. And she said a quote that I really liked, and it was If you're not my best friend or my family, you have no right to judge my life, because who are you? Sorry, I didn't catch your relevance. So that's a quote that I really liked. Some people might take that as like standoffish, but it's honesty. Like, you don't have a right to judge me if you personally don't know me. Who's your favorite actor? My favorite actor had from the time I think I was like 9 or 10 when I like first remember seeing the movie Titanic, and ever since then, if there's a movie with Leonardo DiCaprio in it, I'm all over it. So he's my favorite actor, is Leonardo DiCaprio. What's your favorite color? If you kind of can't tell by my hair, my favorite color is purple. Loud music or soft? That really actually depends, because loud music I like more if I'm just like chilling out, hanging with like friends or something. Soft music though, if I am doing my artwork, I prefer softer music like or like 50s to maybe the 70s music. Where do you go when you're sad? That's a hard question, because if I'm sad, I usually I don't like to be around people if I'm sad. So I might shut myself in my bedroom or walk away from people, just because I'm not one to sit and talk about it. But if I do feel like I need to talk about it, I usually will shut myself in a room all alone, and I'll get on my YouTube channel, and as if you've seen some of my videos before, I posted a video that I titled "It's Okay" because I got upset about something that someone said to me, and about how it's not okay to be gay, when my friend that I know, he is bisexual. It made me mad. So I got on here and I ranted. So I usually just shut myself in my room and pull up my camera and start talking, just to get everything out. How long does it take you to shower? 45 minutes to an hour usually to shower. But I'm one of those people that likes to stand in the shower and sing, so I think that's half the time I'm just standing in there singing, just because I'm not scared to sing in the shower. But once I get outside of the shower, I'm just yeah, not so much. How long does it take you to get ready in the morning? That really depends. If I have to take a shower, it can almost take up to 3 hours, because my hair is thin, but when you have to stand there and you blow dry it, it takes forever to blow dry. And then I have really wavy hair after I get out of the shower, so I kind of have to straighten it, which takes just as long as blow drying it. So by the end, if I don't just throw it up in a ponytail after I blow dry it, then it usually is gonna take me about 3 hours, because I have to pick out my clothes, do all the morning junk. If I don't have to take a shower, then it usually takes me about an hour. Maybe 30 minutes if I'm rushing. Ever been in a physical fight? I have been, but to get me in a physical fight, you really have to tick me off. I've been in like 1 or 2 physical fights, and that's pretty much it. Because I don't think sibling fights really count, because every sibling has them. But I've been in like 2 that are not sibling that have gotten physical because me and another person have gotten so ticked with each other that it ended up getting physical. What's a turn on? Okay, turn on, like, generally, I just like it if a guy is nice, and if he treats you like a princess, he was raised by a queen. And that is basically my motto on that one. And just general being nice and sweet to a girl is a turn on for basically anybody. Like, you should, I don't know any other way to explain it. Just, what's a turn off? I hate it when, literally, I'm gonna be blunt with you right now, I hate it when a guy's being a douchebag. Like, why? What's the point? If you're gonna be a jerk to somebody, what makes you think that a girl is gonna like that? Because obviously I don't. Reason you joined YouTube. Okay, so I wanted to start a YouTube channel when I was, I think, 13. So it actually took me 3 years to fully get onto the boat of actually doing a YouTube channel. Basically, I got really into music, and I really wanted to sing and play instruments on YouTube, and basically just I knew a couple YouTubers that I just kind of like wanted to be like, I guess, as like they were my role models, and I wanted to do something like they did. Like, Tyler Oakley was a big inspiration on why I started doing YouTube. Troye Sivan was an inspiration that I did YouTube. There were just a lot of people that I just saw getting on and giving their opinions on things, and giving advice, and I kind of like, I felt like I wanted to do something like that, so I basically I joined YouTube to do that. And I also joined YouTube to, you know, kind of have like a video diary that I could kind of, I guess, share with everybody else. What are your fears? Generally speaking, one of my only fears is small spaces. I'm very claustrophobic, if you know me. I will not go in an elevator or an escalator, whatever you want to call them. It's not happening. I am terrified of small spaces. Other fears that I have, I mainly fear, like, not having somebody there. Like, if my life goes downhill and I need a friend there or somebody there just to let me know it's gonna be okay, and somebody ends up not being there, like, that's a fear of mine. Or if one of my friends needs me in the same position, and I'm not able to be there, like, that's a fear of mine. Last thing that made you cry. Last thing that's made me cry. It depends on whether, like, asking, like, tears of joy or, like, I'm upset tears. Tears of Joy was more, I found out when, like, a couple days after I came back from like 2 days after I came back from the Backstreet Boys concert, like, I was just sitting in my room, and I just kind of, like, started crying, because I was like, oh my god. I just saw the Backstreet Boys, I just saw Avril Lavigne the same day, which are two, like, my musical inspirations, so I was like, oh my god. Like, I was freaking out, I was crying, and it was just kind of like an aftershock. Made me cry that was, like, bad. Ooh, that's a hard one. I don't normally cry over things, so, well, on an anniversary of one of my cousin's deaths, which was May, I think. May or April, I don't know which one, but I didn't realize what day it was, and then my mom brought it up, and it made me go to my room and bawl my eyes out, to be honest. And, you know, you have to understand that this cousin was, like, she was my best friend, and, I had went to her funeral, and I hadn't cried since I found out. I was just, like, in shock. Like, I didn't think I fully got the fact that she wasn't. I was enough to kind of not get the fact that she wasn't coming back. And as I was leaving the funeral, and, I remember, like, I just fell to my knees, bawling my eyes out, because I realized she's not coming back. And I remember my mom, like, trying to grab me, and my uncle, which is her dad, came around and grabbed me, and, like, he hugged me, and he was bawling his eyes out, so that didn't help. My mom was bawling her eyes out, so it was just like a circle of us bawling our eyes out and crying. So that was probably one of the only times I really cried. The last time you said you loved someone, let's see. The last person I told that I loved them was my best friend, because she was upset, and I was telling her that I loved her, so if she needed me, I was always there. Meaning behind your YouTube name. My YouTube name is actually my first and last name, which I usually go by Sierra Dawn, which is my first and middle name, which I usually put them together and have people call me by Sierra Dawn. But when I made the YouTube channel name, I only put Sierra Lowery because of the fact that I didn't think I'd be starting my actual YouTube. So I just put Sierra Lowery, which I'm thinking about going in and changing it, because I prefer to be Sierra Dawn rather than just Sierra, which I don't know why, but I've always preferred it. I think it's because since being younger, it's always been Sierra Dawn, or they've called me Rara Dawn, which the point behind Rara which is my childhood nickname that I still get called by some members of my family, was because when me and all my cousins were younger, none of us could say Sierra, and my sister always used to say Rara because that was all she could say. So it just kind of like got adopted as Rara Dawn, or now my grandma usually calls me Sierra Dawn because it's just a normal thing for her. And that's what I go by in school, so. Alright, so the last book you read. I don't read that often, that's why this is hard. I think the last book I read was The Hunger Games. Yeah, I think it was The Hunger Games, which if you've watched my vlogs, you'll know how long ago that was. Book you are currently reading. I don't read that much, so I'm not reading a book right now. Ugh. I used to read all the time, and then now I'm just like, yeah, it's a book. Read it for me. Tell me how it ends. Last show you watched? This morning I actually did watch TV, and I was watching with my mom and stepdad, and we were watching Law and Order SVU. Last person you talked to? My best friend Izzy was the last person I talked to. The relationship between you and the last person you texted. Last person I texted was... Oh, I've only texted one person today now I'm thinking about it. So I've only texted my best friend Izzy today. Yeah, this makes me seem, like, every time I vlog, this makes me seem like I have no friends whatsoever, because the only one I ever talk about is my best friend Izzy, or, like, I talk about my little sister Maddy, and I know she's your sister, she can't be your friend. I was like, no, but she's my other, like, she was, like, my BFF from the time I was, like, 10. Well, not my BFF, but she was, like, we were, like, really close friends from the time I was, like, 10 until now. So, she's, like, that sister best friend. And then I have my actual best friend. So, what's your favorite food? This is such a hard question for me because, like, I love food, but I'm also a picky eater at the same time. My favorite kind of food is Mexican, but if I had to pick a favorite food out of everything, I am going to end up being that 90s kid that says, it says, like, the beanie weenies, which is, like, it's just baked beans with barbecue sauce on them mixed with chopped up hot dogs. 90s kid answer right there. It's a place you want to visit? I want to visit Ireland so bad. Like, I swear, if I'm ever able to travel out of the country, that is going to be the first place I'm ever going to go. I will not step foot out of this country unless I get to go to Ireland for my first step out of the country. Last place you were. I never left the house that much today. I literally went to Meyer and then Marsh and back. So, Marsh, yeah. Do you have a crush? Yeah, I do. Which, if you're, like, one of my friends or somebody in my family that's, like, a close family member, then you know who it is. Last time you guessed someone, never had my first kiss. Last time you were insulted. Last time I was insulted was when I posted the It's Okay video. That was the last time I was really insulted. Favorite flavor is sweet. This one's always a hard one because I don't eat that much candy. And if I do, I eat maybe a little bit of a chocolate bar, or I'll eat like Now and Laters or Tootsie Rolls. That's about it. So, okay, so the camera just cut off on me, but I'm gonna have to say my favorite flavor of sweet is the green Now and Later. Okay. So, what instruments do you play? I can play the French horn and the trumpet frequently. I'm learning guitar. I can play one song on the guitar, and I know how to tune it, but that's about it on the guitar. The piano, I can play Stay by Rihanna, and I can play a couple of the verses for Someone Like You by Adele. And I'm sorry if you hear fireworks in the background because they're setting off fireworks outside. So I can kind of play, well, not the piano, but the keyboard, same concept. So yeah, my dad's stepmom got me a keyboard because I posted something about, like, I really want a keyboard to learn it, and so my dad and stepmom bought me one, so thanks. And my mom and stepdad bought me my guitar. I don't have a French horn or a trumpet. I used my stepmom used to play the French not the French horn. My stepmom used to play the trumpet when she was in high school, I think. And so I used her old trumpet to play when I played. And then about halfway through being in band, my band teacher switched me over to the French horn because we only had one French horn player, and I was the newest in band, so he was like, well, you have a lot of air, just go for the French horn. And so I learned how to play that one too. Favorite piece of jewelry? Ooh, which is around here somewhere. Oh, I got it. Okay. So, which I usually wear this, but this is probably one of my favorite pieces of jewelry, which it's a guitar pick and it has the music symbol on it. But my grandma and grandpa got me that for my 16th birthday. Yeah, it would be my 16th birthday. Because for every granddaughter that they have, which I'm the last granddaughter, they get every granddaughter for their 16th a necklace. And I am the one out of all my cousins that is so different, because they were all into like all these same like artists and like same dress styles, and I was like, see you guys. They were all like into makeup and girly junk, and I was like, yeah, I'm the tomboy standing over here. And basically for their 16ths, they all got like diamond jewelry and like all that junk, and I looked at my grandma, I was like, Grandma, please, if you love me, do not get me jewelry that has diamonds on it. And she was like, well, what would you like instead of diamonds? And I was like, and she's like, it has to be a necklace, but what would you like instead? And I was like, oh, thank God, I'm not getting anything with diamonds on it. So I sat down with her at the computer and I showed her a couple necklaces that I liked, and of course they were all music, and I ended up going with the one I just showed you. My other favorite piece of jewelry, which I don't have it on right now because I went and took a shower and I don't shower with it on, but it is my bracelet that I made, I made two of, and I made one for my best friend, Izzy, and I made the second one for me, and they both have the Eiffel Tower, from Paris, and on it, and it's got a little ball next to it that has like different colored little diamonds on it, gems, whatever you want to call them, and basically like our friendship bracelets that I made. Last sport you played. Last sport I played, I think the last like sport type thing that I played was frisbee is I think what it was. Basically the story behind frisbee is me and basically the group of friends that I made in gym. There's about 7 or 8 of us in this group, and basically our thing was to throw the frisbee back and forth, and so that was like kind of like the last thing we played. Let's see. Last song you sang. Last song I sang along to was Can We Dance by the Vamps, which is a really good song. Like it's really catchy. Favorite chat up line? Okay, here's the problem with this is that I don't have a chat up line. Like, I am kind of awkward if it comes to like me and a crush. Like, I don't go up to them and like start a chat up line. Like, I just, like, my crush I'm friends with, so it's like, so I just kind of talk to him like normally. So, but he knows I have a crush on him, so it doesn't really matter if I use a chat up line or not. And the next question is obviously, have you ever used it? No, because I don't have one. The last time you hung out with anybody. Oh, goodness. Say this like I have friends to hang out with. The last person that wasn't my mom that I hung out with was my friend Taylor, which she is the one that went to Backstreet Boys and Pride with me. Who should answer these questions next? Okay, so, if the scheduling, or not necessarily the scheduling, but if it works out, my friend Hannah is supposed to come up and stay with me for a couple days. So, I will probably either interview her with these same questions, or on my channel, or make her start her own channel to do this as her first thing, which we're supposed to do. We're thinking about doing the tin can challenge on my channel when if she gets to come up, so you can look forward to that, I guess, if she comes up. Which, when I say if she comes up, it's because I currently live in Greenfield, and she lives in Springport, which is like a bit over an hour away. So, which I used to live in Newcastle, which I lived at the edge of Newcastle, so it was like 10-15 minutes from where she lived. And then I moved about 2 or 3 years ago. And so we haven't seen each other much since then. I usually don't get to see her unless it's like they have the Moreland Fair every year, and I went down for the 2013 fair to see her, and I'll probably go down to the 2014 fair to go see her. So hopefully I get to, because I don't get to see a bunch of my friends from down there. Which Hannah's really the only one that I like strictly kind of kept in contact with. So hopefully I'll get her to do those questions. But thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment on this video for more. And if you want, you can comment a suggestion of a tag or a challenge you'd like to see me do, or what you would like to see me and one of my friends do on my channel. Thanks. Bye, guys.